Hey guys, Christian over at Sherpa. Today we are going to be walking you through how to install our Atlas roof rack, which we designed for the LC250 and the GX550. First things first, you're going to want to take off the stock rack from your vehicle. So to remove the roof rack, you're going to need a couple of tools. You'll need this trim remover tool, which you can find a set of these on Amazon for a couple bucks. And then you're also going to need a 10 and a 12 mil socket. You can get this off with just your hands. We recommend using one of these. I tried it with just my hands, don't recommend it. So this is attached with just a couple clips under there. So you just pry this under that front part and then lift up with your hand and it comes right off. Right, this rear mount, same as the front, you're gonna wanna slide this tool right under the back, pry up a little and lift, comes right off. So for this middle mount, this one's really easy as well. You're just gonna kind of get in this back side and get behind those. Slides right out. All right, so we're gonna use an electric ratchet. You can use a hand ratchet though. But to start, you're gonna wanna loosen both of these. So they come from the factory Loctited in. So you're gonna wanna break the first one and then break the second one. If you break just the first one, fully loosen it, and then you do the back one, there's a chance that the plate that's holding them in will spin, and then you won't be able to get the bolts in when you put them back in. So definitely make sure to do them. Break, and then you can loosen the two bolts. So you're going to expose this middle bracket once you take the rack off, and this is where you're going to use the 10 mil socket. Same thing, just alternate when you're undoing the bolts. Okay, now that you've taken the stock rack off, take everything out of the box, lay it out on a table, and count it up to make sure you have everything. If you don't have everything, please reach out to our customer service. We're happy to ship you missing hardware. But right now, I'll go over the tools that you need and how many of each item you should have. So you'll need a 13 mil wrench, a 7/16 wrench, and then a 5/32 Allen key. So you'll have two of these adjustable mounting feet. The rubber is going to come pre-installed, and then you're going to install this upper part with this lower part using these carriage bolts, washers, and nylock nuts. You're also going to have these 12 M8 bolts in bonded washers. As you can see, they're going to come separate, but then you'll put them on. That's also going to come with some Loctite. You'll put that on the bolts when you're installing it in the vehicle. Then you'll have your rubber and the spacers. So the spacers are going to go in that rubber before going on the roof. You're also going to have 16 of these 9/16 hex heads, and those are going to go with these 16 washers. All in all, you're going to have 62 washers. Some of those are going to be silver. I believe 46 of those are going to be these black washers. And then you're going to have 40 of these socket buttons. You're going to have the 1-inch is the 40, and then you're going to have 6 of these 1/2 inch, and then you're going to have 18 of these T-nuts, which are going to be used in various places around the vehicle. You'll also have 10 crossbars, 6 mounting feet, a wind fairing, and then your 2 side plates. So now you're going to install the rubber. Put the rubber on before you put anything else on. Keep in mind that the rubber is thicker on one edge and thinner on the other edge. The thinner side is what goes in. And you'll also notice that the roof has these little plastic bits. You're going to want to make sure the spacers go over those plastic bits. So these can be a little finicky, so you really just want to make sure that that spacer does sit over that plastic bit and that this is pushed all the way down on the vehicle. And also make sure that anything underneath is cleared away. You want to make sure that it's going to create a proper seal under there. Before installing anything on the vehicle, you're going to start by putting these adjustable feet together. So you're going to take this upper part, you're going to attach it to the back. You'll slide this carriage bolt through, and then you'll put a washer on. You'll take a nylock nut, tighten that down just a little bit, and then do the same thing with the other carriage bolt. And then you're good to leave these loose because we're going to tighten them up on the vehicle. So now that you've done the adjustable mounting feet, you're going to attach the fixed mounting feet to the respective crossbars. So you're going to have 3 crossbars, 6 mounting feet. All of the mounting feet are going to be labeled, so they'll say ALF. So make sure that the 2 Fs go on the same crossbar. And then obviously these are opposing, and so you're going to put them on, and once you line it up, you'll have a front and a back to that specific mounting foot and crossbar, and do that with all 6 mounting feet. So you're gonna drop in the 2 T-nuts to the crossbar. You'll take the silver hex head with the washer. You'll put that into the foot, and then you'll just begin attaching that there. Right now, just do them loose. This won't matter too much until you put it on the roof, but just keep in mind the order is gonna be the front adjustable feet, the Atlas with the F, the Atlas with the M, and then the Atlas with the R. All right, so this step is best done with a partner across the roof to make sure that nothing damages your vehicle. But you're gonna start by putting the notched side, or as the engineers like to say, chamfered side forward. And then you're gonna set that on there. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this M8 bolt, you're gonna put the bonded washer on there, and then you're gonna take a little bit of blue Loctite, and you're just gonna put a tiny little drop on the threads. So just drop that there. And then we recommend hand tightening. I would not use an electric ratchet. And just begin to tighten that up. So we'll just do our best in the video to show you, but I really want to reiterate, with this bonded washer, you do not want to over tighten it. So you want the metal to become flat, the rubber to start going out a little bit. When you see the rubber begin to spin, that's when you want to stop. On these middle mounts, there's not a front or a back, so it can go on either side. On the rear mount, there is. Again, it's just the notch, or that chamfered edge is the one facing forward. So now that you have all these mounting feet and crossbars installed, you're gonna center it up. So the easiest way to do it is just take the end of the tape measure, put it on the inside of that mounting foot, and then measure to the edge, and obviously do the same on both sides and make sure everything is centered. Now that all the mounting feet and 3 crossbars are on, you're gonna attach the side plate. Easiest way to tell where you're attaching is there are these short little slots and then a bunch of longer slots. So you're gonna put that in there using these 1-inch socket buttons and washers. All right, this is a job you're definitely gonna want a partner so you don't scratch the vehicle. Be careful with this front end. It's gonna be wobbly, so you don't wanna scratch the vehicle. All right, so now you have both side plates up. You're gonna wanna leave those loose so that you can adjust them forward and backwards after putting this fairing on. But first things first, we're gonna attach the fairing to the crossbar, and then we'll attach that entire assembly to the rack. To do that, take these T-nuts. Easiest hack that we have is just line them up with the holes. So drop those T-nuts in there, and then you'll attach those 1/2-inch socket buttons and connect that. All right, when you tighten these socket buttons, of course, just make sure that it's flush with the end of the crossbar. So now that you have the fairing attached to the crossbar, you're gonna attach the crossbar to the side plate. This thing gets pretty heavy, so definitely make sure to have somebody next to you to hold it, make sure you don't scratch the front of the vehicle. So for the fairing, we always recommend lining up the front edge of the fairing with the front edge of the crossbar. We do give you adjustability in that side plate to go up and down. So if you get wind noise while you're driving, always start by minor adjustments, either up or down with the wind fairing. So to center this rack in particular with the vehicle, usually a good starting point is to have this rear crossbar centered in the slot, but you just want to check the body line and make sure that it follows the vehicle well. Right now, it looks good for us. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten all of these mounting feet into place. So now that you have the fairing side plates on, you're gonna put on this front crossbar that has these adjustable feet. Again, the feet are gonna be loose until you get this installed. So the next step is gonna be tightening these adjustable mounting feet. What they are is they're pressure mounts. And so you're gonna want them pushing downwards. And so the way you're gonna do this is you're gonna put upward pressure on the rack, and then when you have that pressure, you're then gonna tighten that mounting foot. What we recommend, you could take a microfiber cloth, roll it up a little bit, and then kind of get your hand under there and just squeeze that under there. You don't need to go crazy, but you do wanna make sure that it's actually putting some pressure up on the rack. All right, last but not least, take these last 5 crossbars and install them accordingly. Where you put them is up to you. We recommend pretty even spacing in between all of the mounting feet, but you can put them wherever it's going to fit your needs. That was the Atlas install. If you have any questions about the install, please feel free to give us a call, shoot me an email, info@SherpaEC. Happy to answer any questions you have. Get out there, go enjoy your vehicle, and go have some fun. Thanks, guys.